Hi, I'm Brian Banky with Our Savior Lutheran Church, and today we're talking about the Reformation and some of the shifts that have happened in church history. When Jesus first established the church in 30 AD, he did it in such a way that it was based off himself and a confession of faith, and then it moved to the mission that he gave us, which was the Great Commission, go and make disciples. And it was out of those two things that the church formed. And the church operated in that paradigm for roughly 300 years. But then around 313 AD, with the introduction of what was called the Edict of Milan, it legalized Christianity, but there was this huge shift. Christianity went from being this outlaw religion to now the state religion in a very short amount of time. And what happened is that the church began to take on a lot more characteristics of culture and government even. And what happened is actually church started to come before Jesus Christ in the shaping of what things look like. And so it actually went church, Jesus, mission. The church shaped the view of Jesus and our faith, and ultimately affected what the mission looks like. And this was the birth of the Roman Catholic Church. It produced all sorts of kind of anomalies in the church, such as a view that you have to go through a priest in order to have a right relationship with God. And this went on until the Protestant Reformation. The year 1517 is a common date to set for that. That's when Martin Luther nailed the 95 Theses on the door of the church in Wittenberg. And Luther brought Christ back to the forefront of faith. But one of the unfortunate things that happened in the Reformation is there was a view going around at that time that the Great Commission had been accomplished, that pretty much everyone God wanted to reach was done. And so there's almost no talk about mission during the Reformation writings. And so by default, it went right from Christ to church. And later on, mission was tacked on when people realized they needed to have that. But it wasn't in the right order, and it really made kind of a sickly version of mission. Well, today we're in the midst of another shift that's probably about as big as the Protestant Reformation right now. And fortunately, we already have Christ in the right place, but the shift that's happening now is putting mission back in front of the church and letting the mission shape the church rather than the church shape the mission. This is complicated and creates a certain amount of tension and other concerns at this time, because most of the denominations that exist today were created in a paradigm where church shaped the mission rather than mission shaping the church. You and I are called to be part of Jesus' mission, to be on his mission, and I believe that the mission as Jesus gave it needs to shape the church. My hope for you is that as you live out your faith, that you will understand that you have been placed in the world by God for such a time as this, that a time of amazing transitions, but also exciting possibilities as the church is in the midst of a movement form once again, and going back to letting the mission shape the church.